What is up, X Army? It's Dux here, and before I start the battle, just wanted to show you this beautiful white covered. Yeah, pretty darn cool. That's one of the main reasons why I love Switzerland. It's because of the amount of snow that appears. Although in the zone I'm in, there's not really too much of snow, so it's nice to wake up and see this. So yeah, looks like everything's ready to the holiday season. So I take the chance to wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays for those of you who don't celebrate Christmas but other stuff. So yeah, I'll see you in a second. Peace.
What is up, X Army? It's Dox here, bringing you another Wi-Fi battle, and this one is gonna be against, I don't quite remember the name, I'll see it when he appears on screen. It's gonna be a standard OU match, because you know that I don't really like OU, but whenever I go to a Z, people always ask for OU. I don't even ask for lower tiers because I know I won't get response. The only way I will get it is from Skype, but let's jump into the battle. He's gonna lead with his Duck Trio. I don't want him to breaking my Marvel skill with the Stone Edge, so I am gonna switch out into my Ferrothorn because he can take those Stone Edges anyway and all day long. So I am gonna predict the switch, not go for the Power Whip, go for the Leech Seed because I thought I would get more benefits from getting something leech seeded than getting the rocks right now, and that turned out to be quite okay. So he brings in his Dragon, he's seeded, he's gonna go for the U-turn. I switch out into Choji, predicting the Fire Blast since I am a especially defensive wall with thick fat. I know I can take the hit, but he ends up U-turning and going into Jellicent. Now I do pack the Crunch, but since it's unboosted and stuff, I don't want to reveal to it right now that I'm cursed 3 attacks, which was kind of a bad play on my part. You will see later why. So I am gonna switch back into my Ferrothorn, knowing that I can pretty much wall this Jellicent for days. So I am gonna go, I did went for the Power Whip, I think, as he brings in his Skarm, which will take nothing from that hit because it's especially defensive monsters, and he's gonna be able to get his first layer of spikes off. Now I go into Stormy, trying to scare him off with the Thunderbolts, which I do end up going for as he switches out into his She-Tots, his Duck Trio. I was this close to clicking Ice Beam to take it out, but I didn't want to risk it too early, so I'm gonna go for the Recover just to scout if he does pack the Sucker Punch, which he does. Now, he think that I am continually gonna go for the for the Recover until he's out of PP, but no, I go for the Hydro Bomb this turn as he switches out into his Rotom Wash form. So I don't want to take a Volt Switch. I switch into my Ferrothorn to pretty much sponge the hit because it's the best thing I got to counter this this Rotom Wash form. And the Volt switches out into his Jellicent. Now I know the taunt is coming, so I'm gonna go for the Power Whip, but I end up missing, and that kind of comes into play later, and you will see why. So now that I showed him, I do pack the Power Whip, which I think I showed him earlier. I am gonna go. I did went for the Lich Seed. No, I couldn't wait for the Lich Seed. So now I'm gonna. He brings in his Dragon. I'm afraid of the Fire Blast, so I switched into my, or did I pull a double switch? I think I pulled a double switch. So I'm gonna go for the Recover because I'm pretty sure I can take a U-turn and stab, but this reveals quite crucial information. It reveals that he's not Scarfed, so I'm thinking maybe Expert Belted or Choice Specs. So he brings in his Duck Trio. I thought I could take and stab Sucker Punch way better than I did, but ends up doing way more, to the point where the Life Orb recoil will take me out, which sucks because I could have recovered that damage. But yeah, this is how the game goes. So now I'm gonna go back into my Dragonite, knowing that with the Marvel skill I can pretty much do some hefty damage to anything that comes in. When I choose Bandit, He does bring in his Skarmory, so I'm gonna go for the Fire Punch, take him out from try to get as much damage. I know you won't take him out because it's unstab, it's super effective, okay, but it still shows banded, but it does a reasonable amount of damage. So let me see. Oh yeah, so I bring in my Ferroth. He rolls with me out into my Ferrothorn, as I do believe I go for the Lich Seed. So now I'm gonna predict him to go for either the Fire Blast or the Flamethrower. So I am gonna go into my Choji, my special defensive wall, to pretty much take whatever he wants to throw at me. So I did set up my rocks, that's it. I didn't went for the Lich Seed because I'm kind of out of breath. So yeah, sorry about that. So he's gonna switch out into my Jirachi, knowing that he can pretty much wall me, but I do pack the Earthquake, and I don't know why I didn't attack him straight, but I wanted to scout if he was physical or specialty based attack with attacks like either Iron Head or maybe specialty with Psychic or anything. So I figured the best choice would be to go into my Ferrothorn. So I am gonna go for the Thunder Wave this turn. We're predicting each other like crazy. I'm hoping that I could catch the Jirachi so I can Earthquake it later with my oh, god damn it, with my Snorlax. He ends up switching out, passing the Wish to his Skarm, which sucks balls because he was at such low health, and it was hard to get him that low because this Skarm is being a pain to my team. So I am gonna predict him to either to switch because he can't really touch me other than doing Whirlwind and trying to shuffle my team. So I'm gonna go for the Lich Seed. I do end up catching the Hydreigon yet again, and here is gonna make a good play. Gonna predict my switch into my Snorlax and gonna go for the U-turn again, which gives him the switch advantage. So now I'm thinking, okay, maybe he will go for another Wish. So I'm gonna go for the Earthquake, but ends up going for the Iron Head, and he does get the flinch because of that Serene Grace. God, Jirachi is so annoying, but so good. So I'm figuring he's gonna go for another Iron Head, but he actually makes a great play here. Well, great play. He predicts my switch. The only downfall is that I switched to my Ferrothorn, which is slow only by himself. The downfall for me is that I don't have the Gyro Ball, which would be useful in this situation. So, knowing that the Jirachi probably won't stay around for too long, I am gonna go for the Lich Seed. I do end up getting the Skarmory, which is nice. That way I can wear him down slowly. I don't know, I think he packs Roosts, but I don't think I end up seeing that in this match. So yeah, since it's paralyzed, I'm going to go into Conkeldurr, predicting him to set up the second layer of spikes, since the Ferrothorn can't really touch him. Ends up doing that, so I'm thinking, okay, he's slower than me, I can get a bulk up, and with Lich Seed and leftovers I should be at a good amount of health, where I can probably leave a second one, go for a Drain Punch, and hopefully get him down and still being at a good amount of health. So that's what I'm gonna do, go for a bulk up. I know I can take one, but no, because he gets a crit which nullifies my +1 defense. Yeah, that sucks balls, because now I'm kind of in a corner because I lost my physical sweeper, so I have to try to come back in this game. So I'm gonna go into my Joker, go for the T-Bolt to try to take that Skarmory down, and he brings in his Rachi, thinking that he could take the hit better, but that does a really nice chunk. I don't know if that was a specially defensive Rachi because he already has the Skarm as his physical one. Maybe his teammate max HP, max defense, max speed. So yeah, he's gonna switch now into his Hydreigon, knowing that this Jirachi cannot take another T-Bolt, and I don't want my oh god, I forgot the name of that thing. I don't want my Gengar to go down, so I'm gonna switch into my Snorlax as that fodder and to scout what he's gonna do. And seeing how he's switching out, not switching out moves, I'm figuring he is indeed choice specs. So I'm gonna bring in my Ferrothorn. I am gonna go for the leech seed. I do miss the first one, which end up kind of mattering. You will see why right now. Because if I had hit the first one, because of the amount of health this leech seed took, this turn I wouldn't have needed to go for the second leech seed. I could have just power whipped. He wouldn't have been able to get the... Well, maybe he would have had the wish, but the Zerachi would have been dead. So that sucks, because now his Hydreigon is back to a pretty good amount of health. So I bring in my Gengar, go for the Focus Blast. It does predict that really nicely. Goes for the Focus Blast. Seeing how I'm switching out, he's probably figured out that I am Scarfed. So yeah, that's not that good for me. So I'm figuring he's gonna go probably for the Shadow Ball to try to take me out. But he ends up going for the Surf over the Scald. I'm not really sure how I feel about this. In certain situations, Surf is better because, for example, my Conkeldurr, if he did get the burn, I would get, for example, the Guts boost, which would have sucked. So he's gonna go for the Tongue, figuring that I will probably go for the Leech Seed, but I go for the Power Whip, predicting that, and this is where that miss mattered, because at this point, Jellicent probably would have been KO'd. So yeah, Saxy would have been out of the way, and that Focus Blast, which I did earlier with my Gengar, would have done a really nice chunk to it, to anything that comes in, because all these last things I think are weak to the Focus Blast, so take neutral damage, would have done a hefty chunk. So here I'm gonna predict him to predict my switch into something that could take the fire move, but no, I stay in, and I do take it, go for the Power Whip, trying to wear him down, and now my Taunt wear off, and he's gonna switch out again, as I am gonna go, no, I'm gonna go for another Power Whip, no, I'm gonna predict the switch, but into, what was his last, I don't remember, I go for the T-Wave. Since his Jirachi is down now, he doesn't have any form of recovery. Yeah, he does pack the Roost, but he knows pretty much at this point it's a good game, because I do have the Scarfed Gengar, which will do a hefty chunk to either one of his pokes, even Skarm. Hydreigon wouldn't do that much, but I could just switch out and switch back in. So what did I predict? I thought he would stay in, maybe with Hydreigon, that's why I went for the Thunder Wave. But yeah, he does switch back into Hydreigon, knowing that his Skarm can't do anything to me, and I'm gonna predict that, gonna go for the Power Whip, take down this Hydreigon, and now he knows that there's no point continuing this match, because it will just last longer. He is gonna go for a Brave Bird just to see how much he would do, but that doesn't do anything, because my Ferrothorn is fully trained in defense. So yeah guys, he's gonna run this turn, this is gonna be the game, so this was definitely a good game. I don't like OU, but I still have good games in it, so yeah. I don't know my opponent's channel, unfortunately I don't remember, so if you're watching this, please let me know so I can link you. Yeah guys, this is it for today's upload. Probably with this will be an episode 3 of Spirit Gold Let's Play, probably later in a couple of hours, so yeah, stay tuned for that. This is Doc signing out. Peace.